All right, well, we are live. Welcome to another episode of Beyond ERP. Today, we're privileged to have Matt Rogers from eBiz Charge joining us. Matt Rogers, VP of Strategic Alliances at eBiz Charge, sorry, that was a mouthful, boasts over a decade of expertise in payment processing. With career beginning in 2012 as a senior business relationships manager, Matt's journey showcases a commitment to excellence. In his current role since 2023, he has spearheaded strategic alliances, contributing to eBiz Charge's success. Matt excelled in managing clients, driving lead gen, identifying market needs. In previous roles, he's been instrumental to eBiz Charge. I'm Louis Balla, joined by my co-host Gina Strowski. Let's get started. Matt, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, great to meet you, Matt. Appreciate you being on. So, can you tell us and maybe share a little bit about your background and how you came to be into your current role here at Vice President for eBiz Charge?
Sure. Yeah. So this actually was my first job out of college. I wrapped up college a little late when I was around 25 years old back in 2012, and I'd actually known the owner of this company of eBiz Charge for about 4 or 5 years actually prior to starting here. I used to actually work for when I was in college, I worked for a high-end audio video company, and he was a customer of mine, and had always tried to get me to come work for him. And, I had no idea what credit card processing was. I don't think anyone really does unless you're kind of in it. And so, after I graduated, he kept in contact with me all throughout, even when I had stopped working at that place and finished through college. And probably about 3 or 4 or 5 months post-graduation, I decided to take the leap and start. And it's been phenomenal. So I started on the ground floor in sales, like most of us do. And back in 2012, and we were a very small company back then. Actually, we were, well, not incredibly small, but we were about 30 employees compared to today. We're about 230 employees. So I've seen a lot of the major growth, whether that be, through key customers or partnerships or alliances or you name it. And especially the product growth. I was very, very lucky to be here when the products were being developed. And so I got to see and experience firsthand all facets of how they were written and how they were quality tested and how they were rolled out. And just it's amazing to see kind of what a grown up company it feels like we are now, 11 plus years later. It's been quite the journey.
Sounds like you grew up there, actually. Who has still their first job out of college? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. I started when I was 25 years old. I'm 36. I'm married and I have 2 kids. It's kind of crazy. Time flies.
Yeah.
And Matt, I was hoping you could share with the audience, what does eBiz Charge do? Can you give us a 30,000-foot view level of credit card processing? Because I think a lot of folks are pretty naive to the whole space and just don't understand how much money an organization like eBiz Charge can save.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so credit card processing is a service, right, that just about all businesses need to be able to accept payments from their customers and get paid. A lot of people think that, when they go to Target or Best Buy and they put their credit card in that machine, it just kind of magically appears in maybe Target's bank account or something like that. But it's actually very, very complex. There's 3 or 4 or 5 vendors that are in charge of the risk of those credit card transactions and how the routing gets to the actual business's bank account and the service and the product. And there's so many layers there. So, ultimately, eBiz Charge is a service provider. We're a credit card processing company. That's the backbone of what we do. So we help businesses open and maintain their merchant account so they can accept money. And then most importantly, and there's a lot of credit card processing companies that are out there, but really what sets all of them apart from each other are the experiences they create and the products that they serve and host. And that's really where eBiz Charge kind of flourishes is on the product side of things. And I know we're going to get to that a little bit later, but yeah, so that's what eBiz does. eBiz not only can, help save customers money when it comes to processing, because I think we're all fairly aware nowadays that credit card processing costs money, right? Businesses have to pay money, fees, to be able to accept credit card transactions. And so not only can we help optimize the money that comes in and out to be able to have a service like that, but more importantly, we can provide them products and solutions that make their business run at an optimal level, and also make it just easy for people to pay them. I mean, that's the last thing that you want, right? When someone's trying to pay you, get paid, right? And so anyway, that's really what we do at our core is not only help open and maintain merchant accounts, but really provide products and solutions that make a difference for businesses in their own life cycle.
And to that point, Matt, as you look at the landscape and just as our focus is on ERP applications, can you talk to us just about the strategic alliances? What are you looking for? How are you benefiting consulting practices like Nuage?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, it's really just providing a reliable product and solution for their customers, right? When Nuage comes and they see a customer that has payment processing needs, whether it's a current ERP customer or maybe someone who's migrating to that ERP, right? Nuage is really kind of has the same goals that eBiz Charge does. It's providing a seamless software experience to help make that business run more efficiently, run better, give them better insight, and make them more profitable, you name it, right? So we are helping companies like Nuage to be a resource for them, not only for, providing our product, right, but also for educational reasons. I mean, a lot of our partners like Nuage will come to us with complex questions, complex scenarios, and looking for a solution, or maybe looking for something custom or whatever, right? And we're very well equipped to be able to do that. So we're really just a very mature product. So we're a reliable resource when it comes to functionality, especially support. That's that can't be kind of understated. When a partner like Nuage has a customer of theirs, I mean, that's the lifeblood of your business, is keeping your customers happy and keeping you to be a trusted partner of theirs. And so it's essential for Nuage to be able to have reliable partners that they can count on when they need things executed. And that, more than anything, I think is the value that we provide to businesses like Nuage, is just a reliable company that they know is going to take care of whatever the situation presents, and they can kind of keep an arm's distance and not have to get involved or be overly involved themselves, because let's be honest, you guys have other problems to conquer other than payment processing.
Yeah. And with that said, could you maybe highlight some key initiatives or maybe a partnership that has significantly contributed to the growth and success of eBiz?
I mean, there's been many. I mean, like I said, when I first started, we had an integration, I think, to QuickBooks. That was the first product that we had integration to, right? And from there, it just kind of massively exploded into all the mid-market ERPs, such as NetSuite, right? And so aligning ourselves with key partners such as yourself or publishers has really what has boomed us into the existence that we are today, as well as key people in our marketing and strategy team. And again, ultimately, the product is what speaks for itself. We've, for the longest time, done everything ourselves from an organic growth standpoint. We've only sold our product ourselves, and we do have a partner channel like you guys, of course. But here now in 2023 and now here in 2024, we're actually starting to allow other related service providers, kind of like us, even resell our product so it can reach more hands. There's more complexities as it comes to that, but we're kind of furthering our distribution channel to get our product in front of more people, and that's the name of the game here. Is for us, our product, our infrastructure is really, really, really good, and so at this point, it's just about marketing and getting it out there and letting getting that person to see a demo and really see what it does.
And Matt, as we look at industry trends and just the notion of where, my perception of over the last couple of years, it was speed, reliability, and then of course unifying into an ERP application. What trends are you seeing right now? What are you all as an organization kind of projecting over the next couple of years? Where's the focus?
Yeah, good question. I mean, really, it's It's further integration. Businesses are continually becoming complex. So a business in 2010, from a payment processing standpoint, may have only had one outlet or one need to be able to do that, whether it was a terminal on their desk or maybe a virtual site to run payments. Now, integration is almost expected as a part of their business. But further than that, it's expanding into other platforms such as e-commerce, right? So people selling online, manufacturers we've seen. The retail industry kind of peaked and then kind of went down, right? Especially with COVID. But now it's actually starting to come back. And what we're seeing is a lot of manufacturers who used to sell out to retailers to display their product and sell it. They're starting to do it themselves. They're starting to open up their own retail establishments. And so now there's the point of sale system that is now involved, right? So now what used to be more simple, I should say, is now becoming increasingly more complex, whether it be selling online, now selling in store, or even selling on the go, selling mobile, right? Having techs out in the field. And again, from a payment processing standpoint, being able to have the ability to do so in an efficient and functional way, right, is a part of that whole process. So that's really what I see changing is not only the different ways that businesses are wanting to be able to operate and sell, and that accompanied with other types of payment methods, right? Whether it not just be credit cards, but it be digital wallets or other types of payment methods are certainly becoming the new norm. Everything in payment processing starts in retail and then finishes in B2B. And so we've always been really on the B2B side of things, where the technology, let's just say, drags about 5 years behind it. And that's always been our kind of super strength, is that we have been the leading kind of technology provider in the B2B space. And really what we're doing is we're just keeping up with B2C. We're just having it in B2B. Right. So that's what's been really vital to our success, is that the product development and the innovation and getting it in the hands of folks that don't have it.
Yeah. And then with that, what challenges are you seeing in businesses today as they integrate the ERP with your payment processing?
It's really the complexities of those other systems that we've talked about, like the e-commerce platforms and the point of sale system platforms. All these different systems have their own connectivity points, and being able to make sure that when a customer goes and checks out on a business's website, it seems like a simple and easy thing, but making sure that customer, that contact, the inventory, the payment method, everything maps over appropriately to the ERP system. And then fulfillment happens as the product goes out the door, and tax is calculated appropriately. Right? There's all these complexities that go into it. Very similar to credit card processing in general, right? Most people just think that it just kind of flows through magically and it's super, super easy. But we all in the world who's building and maintaining it, know it's not, right? So it's really just aligning with vendors and partners who know how these experiences are supposed to take place and supposed to happen, and making sure that whether it be your payment processing partner or your ERP partner knows the key people to also make those things happen, so it can be simple and easy.
And Matt, one of the I think, again, a very unique value proposition early on when we started working with you all was just the notion of instantaneous results for the customer, i.e. they're on QuickBooks, they're migrating to NetSuite, you all could serve them immediately in their QuickBooks environment, and then there's a smooth transition into NetSuite. Could you speak to some of, not only that, but some of the feature set that sets you all apart from the other folks in the...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you guys know this, going through an ERP transition is not a simple or quick thing. Right? There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of training. Right? There's almost a leap of faith that's taking place as this move is being done. And to be honest, the last thing that they want to worry about is their credit card processing. Whether they have stored credit cards or they have maybe an easy functional way of accepting payments now, and losing that as a part of a migration just really shouldn't be an option, right? And so companies like us who are just very well versed in all the applications that we integrate to can, Louis, to your point, make that really, really simple, right? We can say, hey, we can integrate with your current platform, get everything situated, and saved with us, then migrate all that data over to NetSuite as you go live with NetSuite, so that it's this component of what you're dealing with isn't a big part of this transition, and you can focus on really the bigger picture, which is literally changing, company functional systems, right? So yeah, that certainly is definitely a value prop of ours. But just going back to making it easy for people to get paid, we've got functions, we've got mobile apps for people to take payment in the field. We've got integrated terminals for people who want to take payment in person. We've got easy click to pay options where we can embed and attach a payment link on the native invoice or sales order document that gets emailed out of the ERP system like NetSuite, so that customers can receive their quote, their order, their invoice, have an easy way of paying it. One of our flagship products is our customer payment portal. So we've got a site that we host for our customers and brand for them from a marketing standpoint, so that their clients can log in and they can self-register. So it's very hands-off for the business, and view their invoice history, what they've paid previously, what they still owe. There's collection notifications that can be enabled. There's auto payment options. There's the ability to not only process with credit cards, but with ACH payments as well. We are really, really good in the card not present business, where the person isn't standing there in front of you with their credit card. That's really where we shine the most. And then in addition to that, one of the risks that comes along with not doing business face-to-face is things like fraud and security. And we are amazing in that department. In fact, last year, I headed up an initiative to launch a security tool called 3D Secure and integrate that to our systems. And what this 3D Secure product does is it doesn't change the checkout experience of like an email pay or a click to pay type transaction. But what it does in the background is it shifts the liability for fraud from that transaction, from the merchant, the business, back to the bank who originally issued the card. And so for our clients, that is huge, because a lot of times they're not selling products that cost $50 or $100. They're selling things that cost several $1,000s. And to kind of, to have those types of transactions that are that large, result in fraudulent disputes and chargebacks can be very financially penalizing. And so to bring technology like that into our products has been kind of another thing that we have always are looking to do, is to make the customer experience, the merchant experience as easy as possible, but also make sure that they're protected. Because in our day and age, unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are trying to not do the right thing.
Well, we certainly appreciate you giving us the opportunity today, and that concludes our episode here. Again, Matt, want to thank you for giving us just a deeper dive into credit card processing, the value proposition that you all bring. And remember, to our listeners, as you go through your scoping, your evaluation, your implementation, you don't have to do it alone. We at Nuash can help in that exploration and getting you to your journeys. And Matt, we like to give our guests kind of the last word. Anything you'd like to add before we wrap up today?
No, I don't think so. Thank you guys for having me and us be a part of this podcast that you guys got going on. It's really cool. Hoping to do more of it. If you all need any educational content, we do a lot of things like that all the time with various either publishers or partners. So happy to do that. But yeah, just thanks for the opportunity and appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
See ya.